I guarantee you, if today's coin is hiding somewhere in your house, you'll watch this entire video holding your breath. This quarter has such a shocking value that people get stunned the moment they see it. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers. Today's journey takes us to a tiny coin that millions of Americans have handled without ever realizing what kind of hidden treasure it could be. We're talking about the United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 1963. At first, it might look like an ordinary copper penny, the kind you'd find lying at the bottom of an old drawer. But as every collector knows, sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins hide the most extraordinary stories. Before we dive into the hidden value of this little coin, let's rewind time and explore the year it was born. 1963 was a powerful moment in American history. The nation was full of energy, innovation, and cultural change. It was the final full year of President John F. Kennedy's leadership, a time when optimism filled the air and America was reaching toward the future with ambition. Every penny minted that year carries a piece of that era's spirit, making it more than just a coin. It's a memory frozen in copper. Now, let's talk about the coin itself. The 1963 penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the front, you'll find the familiar portrait of Lincoln, thoughtful, calm, and strong. The design by Victor David Brenner has become one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. Right beside Lincoln's image is the powerful message, "In God We Trust," along with the mint year that ties the coin to its place in history. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted with the classic wheat ears design, simple, timeless, and elegant. The wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing growth, prosperity, and the American dream. For collectors, this wheat reverse is more than artwork. It represents the last era of traditional American penny design before the shift to the Lincoln Memorial reverse in the late 50s. The 1963 issue stands near the end of this era, making it an important piece for anyone building a full collection. But what really makes this coin exciting today isn't just its design or its history, it's the hunt for special versions. Not every 1963 penny is worth more than a cent, but certain examples with exceptional condition or striking qualities can skyrocket in value. Some were minted with unusual die errors, while others survived the decades without a single scratch, maintaining the brilliant luster they had the moment they left the mint. These are the coins that collectors dream about. A flawless 1963 penny with sharp details, clean surfaces, and full red luster is extremely rare. Remember, pennies are coins that were meant to be spent, tossed around, carried in pockets, and scraped against countless surfaces. So finding one that still shines like new after more than 60 years is nothing short of extraordinary. The rarer the condition, the higher the demand, and in the world of coin collecting, demand can turn a simple copper coin into a true treasure. Some collectors also search for minting errors, slight misalignments, doubled lettering, die cracks, off-center strikes, and other quirks that happen during production. These mistakes are unintentional, but they transform the coin into a unique collectible. An era penny from this year can instantly stand out and bring premium attention at auctions or private sales. Now the moment everyone has been waiting for. How much could a rare 1963 Lincoln penny actually be worth? If you happen to own a version with exceptional mint state quality or a rare error, its value can climb all the way to an incredible $73,000. That's right. What once was just a simple 1-cent coin could now be valued higher than a luxury car, a year of tuition, or even a small piece of property. So don't underestimate that old jar of coins at home. Your next great discovery might be waiting right at the bottom. Today's spotlight is on a modern coin that many people still carry every day without realizing its hidden potential. It's a coin that quietly entered circulation only a little more than a decade ago, yet certain versions of it have now become treasures worth a shocking amount of money. Get ready, because we're diving deep into the story of the United States of America $quarter from 2013, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now. The year 2013 was an interesting moment in American coin history. By then, the state quarter program had already become one of the most successful coin series ever released by the United States Mint. Millions of people were collecting, trading, and searching for rare varieties. After the state quarters ended, the Mint continued the excitement with the America the Beautiful series, quarter designs featuring national parks and historic sites across the country. That means the 2013 quarters weren't just ordinary coins. They were part of a massive multi-year program honoring American landscapes, monuments, and natural wonders. Every quarter released that year carried a different story depending on the location it represented. Whether it was the dramatic cliffs of White Mountain in New Hampshire, the rolling lands of Perry's Victory in Ohio, the breathtaking designs of Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, or the stunning views of Fort McHenry in Maryland, each design was carefully crafted to showcase the beauty and heritage of the United States. These coins were more than just currency. They were miniature pieces of artwork, created to preserve moments in America's history and geography. But what truly makes the 2013 quarter a collector's treasure isn't just its design. It's the hidden details, rare conditions, and unexpected minting errors that set a few of these coins apart from the millions of others. While most of these coins circulated through daily transactions and quickly developed scratches, marks, and dull surfaces, a select few survived in remarkable condition. Some were kept aside by collectors from the day they were minted, stored away untouched before they ever experienced wear. Others were struck with unusual pressure, sharper detail, or cleaner metal surfaces, giving them an eye-catching shine that stands out even today. And then there are the error coins, the true gems that collectors chase non-stop. Among 2013 quarters, several types of striking errors have surfaced: doubled images, missing clad layers, misaligned dies, and even off-center strikes. These are the coins that turn an everyday pocket change item into a serious financial discovery. The combination of a newer design, limited minting errors, and pristine condition creates an opportunity for some 2013 quarters to reach values that seem almost unbelievable for such a modern coin. Collectors around the world appreciate these quarters not only for their beauty but also for their variety. Each year of the America the Beautiful series offers multiple designs, and 2013 was no exception. That means anyone searching through coins from that year has multiple chances of finding something extraordinary. A rare variant from one design can be just as valuable as another, depending on its clarity, strike, and rarity. That's why coin hunters continue to examine 2013 quarters closely, because every once in a while, someone uncovers a stunning, high-grade piece that commands extreme attention in the numismatic market. If you ever come across a 2013 quarter that looks unusually sharp, cleaner than normal, or visually different in any small way, never ignore it. Flip it over in the light, check the details, examine both sides carefully. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary often lies in a single tiny detail that most people overlook. For coin collectors, those details are everything. They transform a common object into a rare prize, and sometimes, into financial gold. We're uncovering the fascinating story of a modern American coin that many people still think of as ordinary change. Yet hidden among these everyday pieces is the potential for an unbelievable surprise. We're exploring the United States of America quarter dollar from 2016, a coin that millions of people have touched, spent, and overlooked, without realizing that some rare examples have become incredibly valuable in the world of collectors. So stay locked in until the very end, because the value of the rarest 2016 quarter might shock you. The year 2016 was a remarkable one for American coinage. By then, the America the Beautiful quarter program was in full swing. Each year, the U.S. Mint released 5 new designs, each representing a national park or historic landmark from different states. And the coins of 2016 were especially loved by collectors because of their detailed artwork and strong minting quality. These weren't coins created just to circulate. They were crafted to celebrate the natural beauty and historical legacy of the United States. If you look closely at the 2016 quarters, you'll notice each design tells a different story. Whether it's the serenity of Cumberland Gap, the rich heritage of Harper's Ferry, the wildlife of the Theodore Roosevelt site in North Dakota, the majestic Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, or the peaceful beauty of Fort Moultrie in South Carolina, every coin has its own identity. These weren't rushed designs, they were carefully sculpted to capture landscapes, monuments, and moments in time. That makes the 2016 series one of the most visually appealing sets in recent years. On the front of every 2016 quarter, George Washington remains as the familiar face of American coinage, but the styling is sharper and more modern than older quarters. The details in his portrait, the clarity of the lettering, and the overall quality of the strike all reflect how far coin minting has advanced. Even so, what truly determines rarity is not just the design, it's the condition and the way the coin was struck. This is where things get interesting. Although millions of 2016 quarters were produced, only a tiny fraction remain in absolutely flawless condition. Most were spent quickly, tossed in pockets, dropped in parking lots, and passed through countless hands. But rare examples survived untouched, coins with perfectly sharp lines, no scratches, brilliant luster, and what collectors call a gem strike. These high-grade pieces immediately rise far above ordinary pocket change. Even more thrilling are the minting errors that appeared in some of the 2016 quarters. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, missing clad layers, and other unpredictable mistakes that happen during the minting process. When these errors appear on a coin from a popular year like 2016, collectors go wild for them. Error coins are like treasures accidentally created by the mint, unique, rare, and impossible to replicate. They take a common coin and transform it into something truly remarkable. Collectors appreciate the 2016 quarters not only because of their designs but also because they are part of a larger story, the story of America's national parks and historic heritage. Each coin serves as a tiny reminder of the land, the history, the struggle, and the beauty that shaped the United States. And when one of these coins survives in stunning, untouched condition or contains a rare flaw, it becomes more than currency. It becomes a valuable artifact. So the next time you receive a handful of coins, take a moment to check the dates. Look for 2016. Turn the coin in the light. Examine every detail, because a small difference, a perfect shine, or an unusual mark could be the key to something extraordinary. Stories have emerged of people finding rare quarters in their change jars, glove compartments, or storage boxes without ever expecting it. You never know when you might be holding something extremely valuable. Journey takes us into one of the most surprising categories of modern American coinage: quarters that were minted recently, slipped quietly into circulation, and ended up becoming far more valuable than anyone expected. The coin we're exploring today is the United States of America $quarter from the year 2018, a coin that might look completely ordinary at first glance, but trust me, some of these rare versions are anything but ordinary. Stay with me until the end, because the value of the rarest 2018 quarters will leave you stunned. The year 2018 was an important chapter in the ongoing America the Beautiful quarter program. By that time, the series had become hugely popular among coin collectors, history lovers, and even people who just enjoyed hunting for special designs in their spare change. The U.S. Mint released 5 unique designs that year, each representing a different national site, and each one carefully crafted to highlight the landscapes and stories that shaped America. If you've ever held a 2018 quarter, you know just how detailed these designs are. The beautiful image of Apostle Islands features a kayaker gliding across the water while dramatic sea caves rise behind him. The Voyager's design brings us to Minnesota, where a majestic timber wolf stands boldly on the edge of a rocky shore. The pictured rocks quarter captures a spectacular view of towering cliffs along Lake Superior. The Cumberland Island quarter shows a graceful snowy egret spreading its wings in a moment of pure elegance. And the Block Island design highlights the natural serenity of Rhode Island with a soaring bird drifting above the ocean. What makes these 2018 quarters especially appealing is the incredible artistry behind each design. These aren't just pieces of metal, they are miniature scenes, frozen in time, celebrating nature, wildlife, and American heritage. While millions were made, not all of them were struck perfectly, and certainly not all of them survived untouched. That's where the real excitement begins for collectors. Because even though 2018 isn't that long ago, only a small number of these coins exist in flawless condition. Most were used immediately, handed over counters, dropped into wallets, stacked in coin machines, or tossed into pockets. Every one of those movements creates tiny marks that lower the value. But the rare few that were set aside early, preserved in their original brilliance with no scratches or imperfections, are the coins that collectors chase relentlessly. And then come the mint errors, the magical accidents that turn a regular 2018 quarter into a rare discovery. Some coins from that year have been found with doubled dies, which create doubled lettering or repeated details. Others were struck slightly off-center, or minted on the wrong metal planchet, or produced with missing layers that expose the copper beneath the surface. These errors are incredibly rare, and because the America the Beautiful series is already a collector favorite, error coins from 2018 command even higher attention. Collectors see the 2018 quarters not just as modern change but as pieces of a historical timeline. Each coin represents a place, a story, a moment in America's journey. As time passes and more of these coins get scratched, damaged, or lost, the perfect ones become more valuable every year. And the rare error varieties, those will always be the superstars. So if you ever come across a 2018 quarter that looks unusually sharp, shiny, or different, don't ignore it. Hold it carefully, examine it closely, and compare it to a regular coin. You might be holding something far more special than you think. People have discovered rare quarters in pocket change, parking meters, and even in old jars that were sitting untouched for years. You never know when luck might strike. Diving into a coin that many people think of as simple pocket change, a coin that millions of Americans have used without ever realizing the hidden fortune it may hold. This is the story of the United States of America quarter dollar from the year 2001, a year filled with emotion, history, and unforgettable moments for the nation. Stay with me until the end, because some rare versions of this 2001 quarter are worth far more than you could ever imagine. The year 2001 sits in a very emotional part of American history. It was right in the middle of one of the United States Mint's most popular programs, the State Quarter Series. This series captured the attention of millions of people all over the world. For the first time, each state had the chance to tell its own story through unique coin designs that celebrated its heritage, culture, landmarks, and values. And the quarters released in 2001 carried some of the most meaningful designs in the entire program. In this year, we saw quarters representing New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. Each state brought something beautiful, historic, and deeply symbolic to its design. The New York quarter highlighted the majestic Statue of Liberty with the image of the state between the engraved words, "Gateway to Freedom," reminding the world that New York has always been a symbol of hope and strength. The North Carolina quarter celebrated the Wright brothers with a powerful image of the first successful airplane flight, marking the beginning of human aviation. Vermont's design showcased the tapping of maple trees, tying the state to its cherished natural traditions. Rhode Island's quarter surprised collectors with a graceful sailboat drifting peacefully through Narragansett Bay. And Kentucky's design honored the beauty of horse country, with a magnificent racehorse standing in front of the historic Federal Hill Mansion. These designs weren't just pictures, they were pieces of each state's identity. And because they were part of a nationwide craze, people saved them more than they spent them. But here's where things become truly interesting. Not all 2001 quarters are equal. Even though millions were minted, only a tiny fraction hold the qualities that collectors desperately look for. Most quarters from 2001 traveled across counters, jingled in pockets, dropped into machines, and experienced years of wear. By the time someone notices them, they're usually scratched, worn, or faded. But there are rare 2001 quarters that survived in absolutely breathtaking condition. These are coins that were pulled aside early, never circulated, and stored carefully for decades. Their details are sharp, the surfaces shine brilliantly, and every line in the design is crisp and clear. These high-grade pieces rise dramatically in value because collectors will pay almost anything for perfection. Even more thrilling are the rare minting errors that appeared on some 2001 quarters. These mistakes weren't intentional, but they turned ordinary coins into extraordinary discoveries. Some coins were struck with doubled features, where letters or images appear slightly repeated. Others were minted off-center, where part of the design is shifted. Some were even struck on the wrong metal planchet, creating ultra-rare varieties that collectors hunt relentlessly. These era coins are extremely limited, sometimes only a few exist, and that rarity sends their value soaring. The 2001 quarters also carry emotional significance. Because of the events that unfolded in the United States that year, many people hold on to 2001 coins as symbolic keepsakes. That emotional connection only increases their importance in the eyes of collectors. And when a coin from that year combines historical meaning, a flawless condition, and a rare minting error, it becomes a true gem in American numismatics. So the next time you see a 2001 quarter, don't let it slip away. Hold it up to the light. Check the shine. Look for unusual markings or doubled images. You might be holding a treasure without knowing it. People have found extremely valuable 2001 quarters in old drawers, forgotten piggy banks, and even in everyday change. That's the magic of coin collecting. You never know when a simple moment can turn into something incredible. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Among the rarest, most flawless, and most unique era varieties of the United States of America quarter dollar from the year 2001, the value can soar to an unbelievable $88,000.